All of you, good morning, my dear students. Today we are discussing about the real number system. And I think all of you studying 8th class. Without knowing real numbers, we are unable to enter into any chapter. Either you say geometry, or you say progressions, or you say ratio and proportion, or you say any other this one. First of all, we have to know real numbers. Then, in 6th class, 7th class, you may learn about the number line. Number line, if you are drawing from this point to this point, we are able to mention on the number line real numbers. God has created the numbers and man is manipulating with them. So many examples we are seeing in our new world, share market and everything. And we are entering into the mathematics of the real numbers. How to deal with this one? This is the most important point. While discussion, we have to be very clearly concentrate the subject. The first and foremost point is first introduced natural numbers. Natural numbers are like this. You see how many boys are there in this bench? 4. Okay. First, 1, second, third and 4. These are all called natural numbers. Countable numbers are called natural numbers. While addition natural numbers, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Again we are getting natural numbers only. But while subtraction, sometimes we are not getting natural numbers. How it is? 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 is not a natural number. Then they have introduced whole numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the number line, 0 is the point, then afterwards 1, 2, 3, 4. While subtraction, we are not getting the natural numbers, then they have introduced whole numbers. Then they have introduced integers. How it is? 2 minus 2 is 0, 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Minus 1 is not consisting of the natural number list as well as whole number list also. Then they have introduced integers. Then minus infinity, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on infinity are called integers. Now we have learned 3 types of numbers where natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. Natural numbers are denoted by the letter N and whole numbers are denoted by W, integers are denoted by I. Natural numbers is subset of whole numbers. Whole numbers is subset of integers. Like this. Please understand this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 is subset of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is subset of minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have learned now natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. I think all of you understood. If anybody is not unable to understood, again I will repeat the same. Try to concentrate on the same. We are discussing about the real numbers. Then we are able to count the number of boys in this class and number of girls in the class and number of fans in the class. All the countable numbers are denoted by natural numbers. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 are called natural numbers. But in natural numbers, you will get same natural numbers while addition. Means like this, 2 plus 5, 7, 12 plus 7, 19, 7 plus 11, 18. But in the subtraction, 7 minus 7, 0. But 0 is not covered in the natural number list. Then they have introduced whole numbers. On the number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are called whole numbers. Whole numbers are denoted by W. Then further we are going this one, 1 minus 2 we are getting minus 1. Minus 1 is not included either in the natural number list or in the whole number list. Then they have introduced integers. Integers is like this, minus infinity, minus 2008, so on, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, infinity. This all comes into the integers list. Then natural number is subset of whole numbers is subset of integers. If you know about the sets, then it becomes very easy. A set is a collection of well-defined and distinguished objects. Means, I will explain if you know Telugu properly. All boys, boys set. All girls, girls set. All benches, number of benches, benches set. How many boys are there in your class? Sir, 10. Then, these 10 elements are called in the boys set. How many girls are there in your class? 8. Then these 8 elements are called in the girls set. How many students are there in your class? 18. Then these are 18 are in the student set. The number of elements countable is called set. Then which are unable to countable? I will give you one example. What you are thinking in your mind about myself? Nobody knows, either by perception or thought. Quality is not a set, quantity is a set. Why you are discussing about the sets here while discussing about the natural numbers or real numbers or integers? I have explained natural numbers is subset of whole numbers is subset of integers. You don't know the meaning of the set, then we are unable to write that one in a proper manner. That's why I have explained little bit about the set. A set is a collection of well-defined and distinguished objects. Then after coming to the integer part, they have introduced rational numbers. How it will be rational numbers? -1, -2, -3, 3 minus 3, 0. But while addition, while subtraction, we are getting natural numbers, we are getting whole numbers, we are getting integers. But while division, 3 by 2, 3 by 2 is not in the list of integers, 3 by 2 is not in the list of whole numbers, 3 by 2 is not in the list of natural numbers. If it is not in the list of integers, automatically it is not in the list of whole numbers and natural numbers, because natural number and whole numbers is subset of integers. Then they have introduced rational numbers. Rational numbers in the form of P by Q. You see example 3 by 2, 5 by 7, 11 by 4. These are all called rational numbers which are in the form of P by Q. All of you write some rational numbers. You please tell me one of the rational number. Sir, 2008 by 2007. Very good. It is a rational number. You please tell me one rational number. 5 by 0. It is not at all a rational number. Anything by 0 is not defined. If you are not defined, I am unable to tell you are a girl or a boy. If you are defined, I am able to tell whether you are a girl or you are a boy. That is something you are saying about this one, it should be defined first. Why anything is with 0 by is not defined? I will tell you one example. Please listen very carefully. 36 by 2. How many times of 2 makes 36? 18 times, sir. Very good. 25 by 5. How many times of 5 makes 25? 5 times, sir. Very good. 18 by 0. How many times of 0 makes 18? Sir, if you multiply 0, getting 0 only, I am not getting 5. That's why anything by 0 is not defined. Then in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to denominator part is not equal to 0, then P is a integer, Q is a natural number. Right. Then natural numbers are subset of whole numbers are subset of integers, integers is subset of rational numbers. But everybody is thinking that plus is over, minus is over, into is over, divided by is over. Then we have introduced 4 types of numbers in the real numbers: natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and rational numbers. And it means natural numbers is subset of whole numbers is subset of integers, integers is subset of rational numbers. I will tell you one example. 1 is a natural number, 1 is a whole number, 1 is a integer, 1 is a rational number. Natural number is subset of whole number is subset of integers is subset of rational number. You consider 0. 0 is a whole number. Then 0 is a whole number, 0 is a integer, 0 is a rational number, 0 is not a natural number. Because natural number is subset of whole numbers is not subset of natural numbers. That's why while going through the number system, first you have to draw the number line. After drawing the number line, we have to mark these integers in a proper manner. Where it will start? Minus infinity, minus 2 lakhs, minus 1 lakh, minus 2008 this year. All of you know. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, plus 2008, plus 2 lakhs and infinity. Here you see, in the case of minus, we have put minus. In case of plus, several times I have told 1, 2, 3. Sometimes only I have told plus. That symbol is 1 means plus 1. But in case of minus, we have to put that symbol. And one more point we are learning by seeing this line. You see, you are coming from minus infinity to plus infinity. Ante minus 2008, minus 2007, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. You see, minus 3 is lesser than minus 2. Sir, how it is, sir? 3 is more, 2 is less. Just impossible. I am putting minus 7 before 3. Minus 3 is lesser than minus 2. The largest negative integer is minus 1. The least positive integer is 1. The largest negative integer is minus 1. All of you think it. Least positive integer is 1. Highest positive integer cannot be determined. Infinity, nobody knows. But coming to negative side, highest negative integer is minus 1 and the least negative integer is cannot be determined. I think all of you understood. Infinity, nobody knows. That's why natural number set is infinity set, whole number set is infinity set, integer set is infinity set, and rational number set also infinity set. The number of natural numbers are infinity. Last natural number, anybody knows in your class? Nobody knows last natural number. Like that, all numbers are infinity sets. Then we have discussed natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and rational numbers. And how these numbers are formed? Either addition or subtraction of the natural numbers, or division of the natural numbers, or multiplication of the natural numbers. But one more numbers are also part of the real numbers, that is irrational numbers. You see, the spelling out is irrational. It is different from the rational numbers. That is called it is irrational numbers, improper numbers. Irrational numbers means how it is. You take, all of you know, have you seen triangle anytime? Are you seen square? Okay, this is square. This side length is 1, this side length is 1. Then you draw a diagonal. The diagonal length is, as per Pythagoras, side square plus side square is equal to hypotenuse square. Where hypotenuse value you are getting root 2. Root 2 is not covered in the whole number system what we have discussed. Either natural numbers, root 2 is not a natural number, root 2 is not at all a rational number. It is not in the form of P by Q. Where they have introduced irrational numbers. Then all perfect, whichever is not perfect squares under roots, all are called irrational numbers. I will give you some of the examples. Root 4, you are able to write it as a 2. Root 9, you are able to write it as a 3. Root 16, you are able to write it as a 4. But root 5, you are unable to factorize, you are unable to write it in the form of any number. There, irrational number starts. When you are getting irrational numbers, again I will explain. You take one square. This side length is 1, this side length is 1. If you draw a diagonal, then diagonal length square is equal to side square plus side square. As per Pythagoras, in a right angle triangle, side square plus side square is equal to diagonal square. The diagonal length we are getting root 2. Root 2 is not in the form of P by Q, where irrational number starts. I think all of you understood. What you understood, you please write it, and again I will review the same. Now we are learning the real number system. Then we are discussing about the inequalities, equalities. X plus 5 is equal to 8. Then x plus 5 is equal to symbols is same as x plus 5 value is 8. Then x is a positive integer. Instead of x, we are substituting 3. Then we are getting 8. X plus 5 is lesser than 8. You see, is equal to is called equality. Lesser than and greater than are called inequalities. X plus 5 is lesser than 8. I will tell you an example. Both of you stand up. I think your height is lesser than this person's height. Then I will say Ramu height is lesser than Samu. Your height is say around 5 feet and his height is say 6 feet. 5 is less than 6. At the same time I am able to say 6 is greater than 5. If for both heights are same, I am able to say your heights are same, 5 feet is equal to 5 feet. It is arithmetical operation. Then we are introducing in algebraical expressions the same thing. We have to introduce inequalities. How we are introducing inequalities? On the graphs. X plus 5 is equal to 0. I think if you know coordinate axis in 9th class or 10th class, it is easy for you x plus 5 is equal to 8 how to draw. Here x is unknown thing. Unknown thing is called variable. Known things, 5 is known thing. 5 is here is also 5, your T code 2 also 5, in America also 5 is called as 5. Nobody will change this 5 value. But x is not like that. You are able to put any value for x, that is called variable. All of you know this is x-axis, this is y-axis and center point as origin. Then we have discussed a number line. X-axis is one number line, y-axis is one number line. You see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on infinity. 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, so on minus infinity. All of you listen very carefully. We are going to minus infinity direction. There we are going to plus infinity direction. Origin right hand side, or we are going positive direction. Origin left hand side, we are going to negative side. Then minus infinity to plus infinity on the x-axis we have represented. You see y-axis also a number line. Have you noticed or not? 0, 1, 2, 3, so on plus infinity. Origin above is positive side. Automatically origin below is negative side. Then this Cartesian plane is divided into 4 parts. I think all of you clear. First part, second part, third part, fourth part. It is visible on the diagram. Everybody is clear? Very good. Then x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus 5 is equal to 8. First of all, I am discussing about x plus 5 is equal to 0. Then x is equal to minus 5. X is equal to minus 5, you see on the x-axis where it is? Here it is. You draw a line on the minus 5, wherever x value you choose it, x value is minus 5. Because you are drawing a vertical line parallel to y-axis. Parallel to y-axis. You see, you are drawing a line here, this minus 5, on the x-axis minus 5, x coordinate is, above the 1 unit also minus 5, below the 1 unit, x coordinate is not changing. This is called linear equation with one variable. Linear equation with one variable means, again I am explaining you, listen very carefully. Where x value is not changing on the line, only y values are changing. You show the graph vertical line where it is parallel to y-axis. Then on the x-axis, y value, that is also a, you see on the x-axis, y values are 0. On the y-axis, x values are 0. X plus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 5, parallel to y-axis, that is left side of the origin. You take x coordinate anywhere on the number line, wherever we have drawn a line. that x coordinate is minus 5, but y coordinate is changing because the line is changing parallel to y axis. And you please draw y plus 5 is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 5. Where it is minus 5? Below the origin. Already I have very clearly told. Then y is equal to minus 5 line, you please draw it. Then there y value is fixed minus 5, but x value is changing, it is parallel to x axis. Y value is fixed and x values are changing. This means x plus 5 is equal to 0 and y plus 5 is equal to 0. Both equations are linear equation with one variable. Linear equation with one variable represents straight line, either a vertical line or a horizontal line. All of you take your books, draw several graphs. X plus 8 is equal to 0, x plus 7 is equal to 0, y minus 5 is equal to 0, y plus 5 is equal to 0. Have you noticed? Either we are getting vertical lines or we are getting horizontal lines. It is parallel to x-axis or it is parallel to y-axis. But all lines are straight lines only, because here linear equation we have drawn with one variable. If you take x plus y is equal to 0 or x plus y is equal to 5, linear equation with two variables. Just I will tell you one example. X plus y is equal to 8. X value is 1, y value is 7. X value is 2, y value is 6. X value is 3, y value is 5. X value is 0, y value is 8. X value is minus 1, y value is 9. If you draw a line that is also a straight line, have you noticed or not, it is an inclined line. Linear equation with one variable represents straight line, either a vertical line or a horizontal line. But linear equation two variables represents inclined line. That means if x coordinate and y coordinate both are changing, we will get inclined lines. Linear equation with two variables always represents inclined line, whereas linear equation with one variable represents either parallel line or horizontal line or vertical line, that is parallel to y-axis or that is parallel to x-axis. I think you all of you understood. Where x plus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 5, y plus 5 is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 5, represents either a horizontal line or a vertical line. Whereas x plus y is equal to 5 represents a inclined line. All of you draw these three lines, notice the difference. Linear equation with two variables, linear equation with one variable. Then if you find this difference in a proper manner, then we are able to know the coordinate geometry and other chapters also in a very proper manner. I thought that you know x-axis and y-axis in a properly in 9th class. I have seen your syllabus in 9th class. Then it is very clear how to draw a points on the coordinate system. All of you draw minimum 3-4 examples of this one. X plus 2008 is equal to 0, x minus 2008 is equal to 0, y plus 2008 is equal to 0, y minus 2008 is equal to 0, x plus y is equal to 2008, x minus y is equal to 2008. While drawing you will face little bit problems, then afterwards see the graphs how it will be. Where x coordinate is 0, y coordinate, but x plus y is equal to 2008, where x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 2008. Where y coordinate is 0, x coordinate is 2008. That means this inclined line cuts the x-axis at some point and y-axis at some point. Where cuts the x-axis, that coordinates are 2008, 0. Where cuts the y-axis, 0, 2008. All of you noticed? Please draw a graph. If you draw a graph in a proper manner, then linear equation with two variables represents inclined line where slope is involved. Where we have started inequalities. How to know inequalities on the graphs is the most important factor. That's why I have introduced graphs while explaining the inequalities. X plus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 5 represents a straight line. X plus 5 is less than 0, then what you know? X plus 5 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 5. X plus 5 is less than 0, straight away you should not take 5 that side. You have to write while solving this inequation, subtracting minus 5 both sides. Then x plus 5 minus 5 is less than minus 5. Then x is less than minus 5. Then how to draw? Already we have drawn x is equal to minus 5 line. The less than minus 5 portion will represent the total graph. Please understood this point very clearly. It is very easy to write the intervals after some time in your intermediate or somewhere. You please draw a line in a very proper manner, and x plus 5 is less than 0, this total whatever dashed figure. X plus 5 is equal to 0 is only straight line. X plus 5 is less than 0 is totally this line. Then I am explaining at the same point, x plus 5 is greater than 0. I think all of you understood. X plus 5 is equal to 0 represents straight line. X plus 5 is less than 0 represents left side of this line, and x plus 5 is greater than 0 right side of this line. First you draw the x plus 5 is equal to 0, then we are able to tell what is less than 0 and what is greater than 0. X is less than minus 5 portion this side, x is greater than minus 5 portion this side, and x is equal to minus 5 portion represents this straight line. If you know this point very properly, then you are able to know the inequalities in a very clear manner. Then likewise, one more example I am explaining, my dear students. Y plus 5 is equal to 0. Then y plus 5 is equal to 0, you take origin here, draw a vertical line and horizontal line. You know already I have explained number line minus 5 is here, then draw a line y is equal to minus 5. Then y plus 5 is less than 0, below this line, y plus 5 is greater than 0, above this line. If you will practice these graphs in a proper manner, not in a day, you will practice 2-3 days, then you know the difference between how to equating the things, how to inequating the things. While equating, we are getting straight line. While inequating, we are getting plane surface, total plane surface, not one portion, less than 0, total this portion you see. Plane surface. Plane surface means, I am telling you, all of you listen so many times, plane surface. If you touch this palm, ఇవి ఉన్నాయి కదా హ్యాండ్స్, ఈ హ్యాండ్స్ తీసుకొని ఇక్కడ టచ్ చేశారంటే టోటల్ సర్ఫేస్ కనుక టచ్ అయితే దాన్ని ప్లేన్ సర్ఫేస్ అంటారు. మీకేమో x ప్లస్ 5 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 అనేదేమో ఒక లైన్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది. x ప్లస్ 5 ఈజ్ లెస్ దాన్ 0, ఇట్ రిప్రజెంట్స్ టోటల్ ప్లేన్ సర్ఫేస్. హ్యావ్ యూ వాచ్డ్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ప్లేన్ సర్ఫేస్ అండ్ లైన్? నౌ టుడే క్లాస్ అప్ టు దిస్ పాయింట్ ఈజ్ ఓవర్. Up to with inequalities we are able to tell equality represents line with one variable and inequality represents plane surface. If you know this point very clear manner, then way of solving coordinate geometry as well as plane geometry both becomes easier